I mean, if this is a tunnel, it's an aha moment.
Yeah.
It'd be huge.
It is huge.
It means that there might have been something that Mr. Ball chose to keep secret. I think we're all quite excited that it could be this so-called flood tunnel booby trap system. Of course, we're going to investigate. We have to see what it looks like.
The Oak Island team, after years of digging, has made what might be their most promising find yet. Thanks to new technology, ground-penetrating radar, they've detected a distinct underground tunnel that's clearly man-made. What sets this tunnel apart is that it's not crumbling like others from the past. It's fully intact and appears to lead somewhere significant. This discovery took Rick and Marty Lagina and their team by surprise, but their goal is now clear. Find out where this tunnel leads. If you want to stay updated on their next big find, don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell icon. The biggest breakthrough could be just around the corner. Early findings suggest this tunnel could be several centuries old, possibly dating back to the era of the original money pit discovery in 1795. There have long been theories about a vast web of tunnels beneath Oak Island, built to protect or hide something of value. Could this tunnel finally lead to the legendary treasure that people have chased for generations? When hard work yields no reward, it's easy to lose hope. But this latest find has instantly reignited the team's spirits. Based on excavation clues, they lowered a camera into the ground, revealing a wooden wall on one side and what looked like an opening on the other. Rick reacted immediately, saying, "It seems like a tunnel to me." The Lagina brothers have poured years of their lives and millions of dollars into solving Oak Island's mystery. Until now, they've dealt with more setbacks than successes, but this time feels different. Where previous efforts relied on speculation, they're now staring at solid evidence, an actual tunnel clearly built with purpose. Rick, with his passion for history, suspects the tunnel could be part of a larger network meant to hide something. Meanwhile, Marty, an engineer by profession, is analyzing its structure and direction. Though their perspectives differ, both believe this might be their biggest discovery yet. Preparations are underway to explore the tunnel, and speculation is running wild. What might be inside? Some experts suggest it could lead to a chamber filled with treasures or historical artifacts. At such depths, even small finds can hold great significance. When one of the team members said, "We have the data." Let's sit down and plan the next steps. Everyone realized how serious the situation was. There are those who believe this tunnel could be tied to the island's deepest mysteries, possibly even linked to the Knights Templar, rumored to have hidden treasure there centuries ago. But it's also possible that the tunnel is a clever trap. Previous explorers have encountered tunnels that flooded or collapsed without warning. That's why Rick and Marty are approaching this carefully. A rushed decision could destroy critical evidence or endanger lives. Their team now includes archaeologists, engineers, and historians, working hand in hand. At present, they're drilling small holes to evaluate the tunnel's stability. What they've found so far is stunning. The tunnel walls are built from stone and reinforced with timber, suggesting careful planning and a specific purpose. To avoid damaging anything, they're relying on modern tools, like remote cameras and sonar imaging, to look inside without entering. As digging continues, each day uncovers something new. Every clue is bringing the team closer to an answer they've pursued for years. Sometimes, it's not grand discoveries, but small details that unlock the biggest secrets. Recently, they unearthed old digging tools, wood-handled and heavy, with markings on the tunnel walls. All signs point to human activity from long ago, done with purpose and care. For over 2 centuries, Oak Island has baffled explorers. Dozens of pits have been dug, and many clues have been found, but the treasure itself has remained elusive. This new tunnel, however, feels different. It's not damaged. It's fully preserved. Most importantly, it seems to be leading somewhere deliberate. Rick and Marty are hopeful, yet remain cautious. After countless disappointments, they're not taking chances. But the excitement within the team is hard to miss. Everyone is working non-stop. This could be the moment that rewrites history. Meanwhile, metal detection expert Gary Drayton picked up a signal near the tunnel wall. Upon digging, they found a large caster wheel, likely a tool used in early tunnel construction. It's not the first time such tools have surfaced on the island. Taken together, these findings strongly suggest that something significant was being hidden or built here. The investigation also involves key experts like Dr. Aaron Taylor, Miriam Emerald, and geoscientist Dr. Ian Spooner, each examining new clues with great care. Of particular interest is a stone pathway and a basement-like structure found near the eastern swamp, evidence that organized construction once took place in this region. Now each small clue is becoming part of a much bigger picture. And maybe the day isn't too far when Oak Island's greatest mystery finally comes to light. Often in the middle of a search, it's one tiny lead that shifts the entire direction of the story. That's exactly what happened when Gary Drayton and David picked up a signal from their metal detector near a wall on the swamp's eastern side. They were puzzled by how metal could be there, so they immediately contacted Dr. Aaron Taylor to carefully dig up the spot. Not long after, they unearthed a large caster wheel, which might once have been used in tunnel construction. Gary suspects this is evidence of a historical tunneling operation. But it raises the big question. Who put this there? Was it those who hid a treasure, or someone who came later in search of it? The team is now preserving this artifact for deeper investigation. Alongside Dr. Ian Spooner, Miriam Emerald, and other archaeologists, they've started exploring the surrounding area more thoroughly. Especially near the swamp, digging efforts have been ramped up in hopes of uncovering stone paths or even hidden structures. This finding is important on its own, as it strengthens links to previously recovered tunnel tools. But the central mystery remains: who left all this behind, and for what purpose? While combing Oak Island's shores, Gary Drayton made another eye-catching find. A metal detector signal led him to dig up an old button, seemingly from a military uniform, likely dating back to the 17th century. It's unclear which army it belonged to, but the possibility of past military presence or secret activity on Oak Island can't be ignored. That same day, just a short distance away, another discovery was made. Buried in the forest soil, a small coin emerged. It looked like an old Spanish maravedi, possibly a 2 maravedis coin. Though smaller than one found late last season, it was just as significant. These may seem like minor items, but they could be pointing toward a much larger treasure. And that's not all. Shortly afterward, Gary and Rick Lagina uncovered 2 Britannia coins in the same area. Believed to be from King Charles II's reign, one clearly bore the year 1671, confirming their age. This discovery prompts a new question. How did these coins get here? Were they accidentally dropped by treasure seekers, or did someone wealthy come to hide something? Each finding might seem small, but together, they're revealing a much larger story. And perhaps the mystery of Oak Island is finally starting to unravel. There's a deep curiosity behind every find. Sometimes, that curiosity begins in childhood. That's what happened with Rick and Marty Lagina. When part of Oak Island went up for sale in 2005, they seized the chance. They used a large portion of their savings to acquire a 50% stake in Oak Island Tours, Inc., and that marked the start of their real mission. Their interest wasn't recent. Since they were kids, they'd read and heard about Oak Island's legend, the money pit, hidden riches beneath ancient layers, and the relentless digging efforts over the years. These stories held their fascination. In 1795, when a group of teenagers noticed a dip in the ground and began digging, they found wooden layers and strange items. But as they dug deeper, a mysterious flood filled the shaft. Since then, Oak Island has attracted treasure hunters from around the world. For the Lagina brothers, this isn't just a project, it's a heartfelt passion. Over the years, they've weathered many storms, literal and figurative, including halted excavations and moments of despair. Yet each time, they started again. And with each find, they came one step closer to solving a centuries-old riddle. Their team still examines every hint with care. Every layer and artifact is studied seriously. The money pit on Oak Island has long been a source of intrigue. Some think it's a man-made shaft hiding valuable items, but only through persistent effort and patience can the truth be revealed. Big discoveries need more than passion. They require the right tools and timing. That's exactly what Rick and Marty brought. They set out to find the treasure they'd dreamt of since childhood. With experience, advanced equipment, and a skilled team, Marty's background in drilling and gas exploration included, they finally embarked on the journey they had long postponed. They chose to start where little digging had been done: the swamp. There, they uncovered their first major clue: a Spanish copper coin from the 1600s. This wasn't just another old relic, it was proof that Spanish explorers had likely set foot on Oak Island. This opened up new theories. Had a foreign group really arrived to hide something? The Lagina brothers brought a key innovation to the search: modern technology. Where others used intuition and ancient maps, they turned to tools like ground radar, drone imaging, and professional drilling rigs. Their progress soon gained widespread attention. The History Channel saw potential in their quest and launched a series called The Curse of Oak Island. The show not only brought them fame, but also global support and resources. Viewers tuned in from around the world, joining their journey, feeling every find, every letdown, and every breakthrough. The show itself became a powerful extension of their mission. Despite the setbacks, Rick and Marty's team keeps making new finds. The centuries-old treasure might not be out of reach anymore. Often, what seems like just another old object ends up unlocking even bigger questions. That's exactly what's been happening on Oak Island. Early in their quest, when Rick and Marty found some key clues, they saw it as the groundwork for something bigger, a mission layered in rich, hidden history. As the Curse of Oak Island moved forward, so did audience interest. The first 2 seasons laid the foundation, but it was in Season 3 that real breakthroughs began. With expert guidance and advanced tools like sonar scanning and borehole analysis, the team explored spots never reached before. In doing so, they unearthed astonishing artifacts, such as a Roman sword and Portuguese-style carvings. These discoveries suggested Oak Island may have seen contact from various civilizations. Some experts even speculate the Aztecs may have reached the island, though more research is needed to confirm that. For Rick Lagina, this journey has felt like something straight out of a movie. Since childhood, he had been fascinated by mysteries like this, and now he was living one himself. For him, this wasn't just a treasure hunt, it was a chance to uncover stories lost to time. He sees life itself as a kind of quest, where everyone is chasing something meaningful. And for him, the adventure on Oak Island was just that. A real-life tale filled with suspense, discovery, and perhaps a long-hidden truth waiting to be revealed. In every major search, there comes a moment when a document changes the whole course. That's exactly what happened when Rick and Marty Lagina came across an old French map from the year 1647. Entirely written in French, it had unique markings: an anchor, a valve, a hatch, all pointing to possible key locations hiding something valuable. This map gave them stronger leads than ever, but it also uncovered something new. Some symbols hinted at a possible link to Africa. These markings raised a bold question. Could this treasure have roots in African history? Another surprising twist in Oak Island's tale came when the Astor family, famously linked to the Titanic, was revealed to have once been involved in this search. It's believed that Vincent Astor, who inherited his father, John Jacob Astor IV's fortune after the Titanic sank, had invested in the Oak Island hunt. He believed a great treasure, maybe even the Ark of the Covenant, was hidden there. This fascinating link tied together 2 massive historical enigmas: Oak Island and the Titanic. Adding to the theories, Harvard scholar and archaeologist Barry Fell proposed another possibility. He suggested that some of the symbols found on Oak Island were left by Coptic Christians from North Africa. If that were true, it would mean that this small island had connections with African civilizations going back centuries. But this show isn't just about history and mystery. It's had a real impact on people's lives. One viewer shared that when Hurricane Harvey threatened his home, he used aquadam technology he'd seen on the show to protect his house. The curse of Oak Island has grown beyond TV. It's now a story that connects science, the past, and how we think as people. When a place stays mysterious for over 200 years, it's natural that opinions vary. Some dismiss Oak Island as nothing more than a natural formation, while others insist it hides something massive. And now, a recently uncovered tunnel is pushing those debates in a bold new direction. During a dig, Rick and Marty's team found a tunnel in better condition than anything discovered before. It wasn't damaged or sealed. That's a big deal. Previous tunnels either collapsed or led to more mysteries. But this one might be different. It's not just about wealth anymore. It's about uncovering history. If this tunnel leads to a chamber containing old records, tools, or relics, it could change how we see the past. Oak Island has long been connected to groups like the Knights Templar, Spanish explorers, Freemasons, and even Vikings. If any of those links prove to be true, it would be a discovery of global importance. But caution is still necessary. History is full of moments when great hope gave way to bigger questions. The island's trap-like tunnels and flood systems have stalled many treasure hunters before. The biggest question now, was this new tunnel a clever decoy? Was it built to mislead people, to make them chase ghosts while the real hiding spot remained untouched? With all these factors in play, Rick and Marty know they have to move forward. Not just to discover treasure, but to uncover the truth. At this stage, with the dig reaching new depths, it's clear the Oak Island search has entered a critical phase. Gone are the days of just stories and speculation. Today, there's advanced tech, science-backed methods, and a highly skilled crew. Few have ever gone this far or tried this hard. Even if this tunnel doesn't lead straight to the treasure, the details it reveals will still be key. It might point the way to a whole new clue no one saw coming. And that's what makes this story even more compelling. Now, the world is watching closely. Viewers everywhere are eager to see what happens next. Will there finally be a groundbreaking discovery? Or will this end up as another unfinished chapter? Only time will tell. But for the Lagina brothers, this isn't just about treasure. It's about seeking truth and solving a puzzle that has stumped generations. Every find, each tunnel, coin, or artifact brings them a little closer to the answer they've been chasing for years. And with global eyes on them, the pressure is greater than ever. The excavation team is working tirelessly, knowing they could be on the edge of something historic. Historians, scientists, and engineers are all collaborating to ensure that no detail gets overlooked. Tools like remote cameras, sonar imaging, and ground-penetrating radar are being used to scan deep below the surface. It's an exciting time, but also one full of uncertainty, because Oak Island is a place that guards its secrets closely, and with every clue uncovered, another question seems to emerge. Sometimes the destination is right around the corner, but even then, faith is tested over and over again. If this newly found tunnel really leads to a secret room, Rick and Marty could be about to make history. But if it doesn't, their mission will go on, because giving up just isn't in their nature. For now, all we can do is wait and watch as the next stage unfolds. Could this be the moment when Oak Island finally gives up its biggest secret? Will Rick and Marty succeed where so many others have failed? No matter what happens, one thing is certain. The Oak Island story has never been more alive or thrilling. If you're just as curious about this age-old mystery, make sure you don't miss the upcoming updates. And yes, if you're fascinated by hidden mysteries and unsolved legends, don't forget to subscribe to the